And we're back, YouTube. Thank you for tuning in. As always, I appreciate that. And today, let's review Bloodnova by Cosmic Void. And that is developer Ross Joseph Gardner, who was so kind to provide me with a Steam key for this game. So thanks for that. Now in this game, you play Lena, who's a cosmic princess who's preparing to become queen. And as she travels through space in what is called a lighthouse, things go terribly wrong. Now the first thing that catches my eyes playing this game is the pixel art, and I would describe the pixel art as interesting and charming, and it really speaks to me because I grew up in an age where there were a lot of point-and-click adventure games that had pixel art. I mean, the late 80s and early 90s of the last century. Though some might find this pixel art pretty crude looking because of the intentionally low resolution of the game. But again, I guess this is sort of a personal taste kind of thing. Still, I do think it fits the unique fantasy sci-fi setting that this game is aiming for, although the screens lack a little bit of animations here and there, and that makes the whole thing feel a little bit stale. But again, it does settle the mood, and that works very well also with the story, the overall story, and the writing. I think the writing in this game is pretty good. There's a lot of writing, so there's a lot of reading, although it lacks a little bit of humor. The story or the game takes itself a little bit too serious here and there. There are no voices in this game, which again is not a problem for me, but some will be put off by the lot of reading that needs to be done. And there's some nice, spacey, loungy music in this game as well. Now, gameplay is similar to point-and-click adventure games of old, although you don't see the main character on the screen, but the screens sort of represent what the main character sees through their eyes of the princess, much like in older games like Manhunter, Rise of the Dragon, Snatcher. Mouse, you hover over the screen to see if there are interactive bits in the environments, to learn something about an item there, or you can even pick up items. Now, items go into your inventory. There aren't a whole lot of slots, so that is pretty in order, I'd say. There isn't a whole lot of item showering in this adventure game. Now, there aren't so much puzzles in the traditional sense of the word. These are more things you need to figure out in order to progress in the game. And these things range from something simple as finding a disk in one location and putting it in the drive in another location. But there are also things that leave you scratching your head. Now let me give you an example. At one point you need to charge a battery. So I was trying that battery in all kinds of locations and put it in a console or a computer. I tried everything until I realized, or not really realized, but I used it on a statue and that worked. So I have no idea why I needed to use a battery on the statue and then it would sort of load or fill up. It don't make a lot of sense, although there was a little sort of hint when I picked up the battery that said like something like you need the power of something, and the statue sort of represented power. I think that was the clue. But again, at times this game can be frustrating, and there's some trial and error as you're trying various items in your inventory on each other randomly, trying to see if they reap some rewards. Maybe you get a new item or something like that, and you try items in your inventory on interactive bits in the environments just to see if anything happens, because you don't know what you should be doing. I think the game sort of lacks signposting, so to speak, or hints so that you know what you need to be doing, at least some direction of what you need to be doing. Again, there aren't a whole lot of inventory slots, so there aren't a whole lot of items you can pick up, but it is possible to oversee one, or if you haven't found one, or you might have skipped clicking on something in the environment, so you can get stuck, and that is annoying. Now, overall, the worst thing an adventure game, a point and clicker, can be is forgettable and mundane. That is not this game. I think this game is fairly unique in its setting. I think the game does keep you wondering what the next screen will be like and what you need to be doing next. And it is not forgettable. It is a fairly good adventure game that is held back by some of the moon logic, so to speak, that it throws at you. So in the end, I think this is mostly suited for adventure game fans, really. For casual fans, this might not be the best entry point to the genre, so to speak. So that is what I think of Bloodnova. Let me know what you think of this game. There is a demo you can download, which is pretty extensive, so you'll really get a good sense of what this game is about. And yeah, see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.